a chair?
You can get that folding one right there.
Oh, why do we still have those Baker Creek certificates?
So is everything muted? Or is it just muted?
No.
Good evening! Hopefully tonight's internet's gonna work a little bit better, but we are still having storms rolling through. How's the weather in y'all's neck of the woods? Let's see. Hold on just a second. Doing a little bit of modification here. Muggy and warm. I'd like to feel some warm. It was cold today. Weather's great in Florida. Seemed like every time I was in Florida, it rained every other day though. But that's how it is here right now. As you can see, Andrea's not in here right now. She's still cleaning up supper. We have had a long, busy day. Let's see. I'm going to wait a little while. Rose says, hey. Sending viewers this way. I'm going to wait a little while, but here in a little bit, I'm going to... Man, I keep bumping that. Sorry about that. We are going to have questions, like an open question session. Lane's got pencil and paper. I'm going to write down your questions that you're going to want to ask either the owner of Baker Creek, like the greenhouse manager, general manager. I'm not exactly sure who all we're going to get to meet and get asked questions to, but we're hoping to do some videoing and quizzing of them. So I would like a lot of cool questions to ask them about gardening. Rain. It looks like it's raining about everywhere. Cold and rainy, cold and rainy. Emily. I'll say you can get your tablet and read on them, but can you read that? Can you read it from there? Yeah. Is Jared going to be at the shindig? No. No, Jared, the way I understand, Jared's got a very, very busy schedule. We had a 3-day event scheduled to be there at Baker Creek, and it's going to get shortened up a little bit. He's got catch a plane to go somewhere else, so we're gonna get what we can while we're there, and hopefully we can get all of our questions answered. Good deals. People are still getting seeds. That was crazy how long it took some of them to get there, but hopefully everybody that asked for some has gotten them. I do know that Andrea mailed out another small batch this week. I got an email today of somebody got one of the big packages, so 41 in Calico. Good old Calico Rock. I know it, 2 more weeks. I'm getting a little bit nervous. I'm nervous about ours. It's nervous because it's raining like crazy here, and it is going to be in the field. So no telling. Somebody might want to have a wrecker service and just take be ready to hook up to all kinds of vehicles pulling them out. You never know, because it is going to be out in the back pasture. All right. Let's see. If you've got a question for us, just put question in front of it or all caps. That will make that easier to differentiate. But if you've got one for Baker Creek, if you've got a question that you want us to write down for Baker Creek, out in front of your question, before you type your question, go ahead and write Baker Creek in front of it. And that way we'll know to put it on the list to ask questions when we get there. Yeah, good deal. We got a couple of 4-wheel drives and a tractor, so I will have the side by side over there just in case. But I'm always nervous about hooking onto somebody. I've seen people pull the front bumper off of a little SUV or a little car before, so you can't ever tell. Let's see. If that's a question, ATOC lifestyle. If that, oh no, that's Baker Creek Lane. There you go. I did not see that. I'm sorry. If it was me answering that question, starting to save seeds, I do know that squash, cucumbers, um, let's see, squash, cucumbers, pumpkins, watermelons. Of course, all of them are big, easy seeds. Something else to me that was easy, we had, let's see, bok choy and things like that. When they go to bloom and seed out, they're easy. I thought carrots were easy, but there are several that I don't harvest just because of how big of a pain it is. Tomatoes is one of them. I have frozen whole tomatoes in the freezer in Ziploc bags just to turn around and put in planting or sprouting media to turn around and sprout. Now I will put it, after I thaw it out, I'll put it in a mason jar of water and sit there and shake it and kind of get the pulp and everything out of it and just collect the seeds. But collecting every one of the seeds and drying them out, tomatoes are pretty tough, I think. Still raining in Alabama. Yeah, we're expecting the bad weather tomorrow, possible tornadoes, but I think it's going to be a little worse y'all's way.
Someone asked, do we raise fish?
Do we raise fish? Yes. I've got tilapia in the greenhouse and then also out in the pond beside the house. We've got it stocked with catfish and what else in that back pond back there? I know there's bass back there. Crappie.
A little perch.
Yeah, we put some kind of hybrid perch in there. I don't remember what it was, but is there a book on to teach you how to save seeds? My personal opinion to that is I'd watch several videos on YouTube. YouTube to me is, because I don't like to read personally, I go to YouTube. I love watching videos. And yes, you can get people out there that don't really know what they're talking about and say they do. So you always got to be cautious about that. But I'll watch 2 or 3 different videos on the same subject. And most of the time you can kind of figure out who it is that don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, I hate typing on my phone too. Except you can throw all the little emojis in there.
Someone asked, is there any videos about the fish?
I don't have any videos per se about like what we do raising the fish because it's kind of, to me, it's pretty basic on them. I've got a self feeder out there that feeds the tilapia, if that's what you're talking about. It feeds them 3 times a day, and then of course their poop feeds the aquaponic system. So. My favorite emoji is probably the one where he sticks his tongue out, winks his eye, and
Mine's the laughy cry face.
That's why.
Right?
That's what I send to my friends all the time.
The one where he's straight up and down crying, or one where he's sideways rolling.
Straight up and down.
Well, the other one, he's rolling on the floor.
Yeah.
The mama bear. I am excited for the shindig too. We're excited, but we're nervous. I get nervous on big events. I want everything to go perfect, and I'll start stressing when it doesn't. And I'm also nervous about the Deep South Homestead gathering because we're supposed to be answering some questions. Maybe get put on the spot, and I don't like to get put on the spot. I'm a true, hardcore, 100% introvert, and I always have to sit there and think and think. I always run it through my head probably 20 different times before I say, because I will stick my foot in my mouth.
Someone said, when should I uncover my strawberries?
Mm-hmm.
When should I uncover my strawberries?
After your last frost date. I don't know what zone you're in, but go by your last frost date. Do not uncover them too early. Are tilapia the only fish you raise, and if so, why? Tilapia in the greenhouse are the only fish I raise in there because of their hardiness. I mean, I do try to keep my greenhouse heated per se. I've got 2 water heaters in the aquaponics fish tank that, that try to keep it warm. Like a while ago, I went out there and it was 43 degrees in the greenhouse because it's cloudy and rainy here and cold. But the water temperature is still staying up roughly about 56 to 58 with those heaters. And then I've got a gas heater for nighttime. That's getting a little expensive as long as winter's dragging on. But the tilapia are the only things I raise in there now. When we did start that to get the system started up, Lane went out to the pond beside the house and caught some catfish. We threw them in there. Thought, hey, that'll be an easy way to clean their system out. Then you can turn around and eat them.
Lara's on here.
Who?
Lara.
Your friend?
Yeah.
It's illegal to transport tilapia in Texas. It's illegal to transport tilapia in Texas.
Yeah, you always want to know your state laws. You've never mulched your strawberries or never covered them with straw? Well, we have. I don't think we did the last time when we lost them. All right, so the way we started this out was saying that we are going to take questions to Baker Creek and ask the owner of Baker Creek questions. We're going to ask the greenhouse operator, the gardening manager. We got, I know, 3 different people that we're set up to talk to when we get there. So if you've got questions that you want us to ask when we get to Baker Creek, go ahead and type them in. But before you type your question, type Baker Creek first. That way we know they are a Baker Creek question.
What's your favorite ground
cover? Straw. That's mine, yeah. That is mine. I honestly, depending on what it's for, because we raise such big gardens. I know everybody on here is probably fixing to shoot me, but I like something that's going to cover it and hold the weeds out. So I have used plastic mulch. I've said that in one of my, I think it was the video we uploaded on the Tiller Hiller. I have used plastic mulch for our sweet potatoes. I've looked into the plastic mulch for underneath tomatoes. I missed when you're going to Baker Creek. It's not going to be long. It's here soon. Hello from Fort Smith.
What is Baker Creek's oldest heirloom?
Oldest heirloom. I will ask them.
Someone asked if they're bringing python beans to the shindig.
I don't know. I know that when I talked to them last time, they are planning to come. They're planning to set up their booth, and she said she was bringing seeds with her. The lady that I deal with that sent all the seeds to us that we sent out to y'all. She is coming. I think her and her husband are coming, and they said that they will be bringing seeds. Now, I thought they was going to sell them, but she told me they was giving them away. How many they're giving away, I have no earthly idea. When we go up there, I will inform her that we now have close to 800 already signed up, and I got a text message, so it may get glitchy.
We need to hit over 1,000.
I think me and Andrew both will be stressing pretty hardcore with 1,000. And when we started this, I thought the shindig, or we was calling it the meetup, or whatever you want to call it. I was expecting tops 200 people.
Yeah, I said, wouldn't it be cool to get 1,000? You said, there's no way.
There's no way. And then when we went over to Roots and Refuge Farm, I think it was Jess, the first time we was over talking about it, she said, "Oh, I guarantee we'll hit 1,000." It's getting really close to that. Can write that one down. Where? Hold on, let's chart. Let me get up there and make sure I don't lose it. Where did I get my seed starting chart? I've got one from Baker Creek, and I've got two from offline that I looked up for Arkansas specific. But the Clyde's planting calendar that I got from Baker Creek, I bought it last year when we was up there at the Spring Planting Festival. I really like it, and the thing about it my signal's hitting that. The thing about it is I like the availability of where you can slide it out to your specific freeze date.
Mr. Jeremiah and weather alert.
Yeah. Okay. Was he asking a question?
No.
Okay. That's Baker Creek, their favorite variety of peppers. You writing all these down?
Working on it. Working on it.
Someone said that the hotels are going fast. The rooms.
Where? Here?
Yeah.
No, where?
I don't know what they're talking about. See it?
Yeah. Cool. I can go try to get more hotels. Is it expensive to start beehives? I love questions about bees. All right. I will tell you exactly how I got started with bees. I done the same thing most people do. Where did it go? I lost it.
What is it?
Oh, there it is. Question. Stacy.
Where is it? I don't see it.
Right there. It's to us.
Oh.
I will tell you, starting bees can be expensive. Yes, I will tell you that. But also, they do not have to be expensive. I've got one video out there, and I'll probably do another one this spring on catching wild swarms. Wild swarms, to me, have been 10 times better than buying what I call factory bees. You go to a bee yard, they make splits. Some people make a living by splitting beehives. That's fine and dandy, and that you can get bees like that. I bought 3 nukes when I first started off of a bee farm, and I don't think I've got any of those left. One of them pretty much died, I think, about 2 to 3 months after we got it. One of them never amounted to anything. They wouldn't hardly build comb. It's like they was lazy. So if you go buy nukes from a beekeeper or factory bee farm, whatever, I will tell you that can get expensive. Another thing, you got to be careful doing this, but I really like bargains, and I watch Craigslist and things like that for people getting out of bees. I went up actually right beside Baker Creek up in just south of Mansfield, Missouri, and we bought a guy out that we took a 16-foot stock trailer up there, and it was loaded front to back, halfway full pretty much, and then the bed of the truck all with bee supplies. Now, granted, I did spend several $1,000s, but in doing that, I've turned around and I've made that money back by catching wild swarms and putting bees. Because in 1 year out of the swarm traps that I show how to build, I caught 17 wild swarms and then put all them in nukes and grew them up into beehives, sold the bees, made all my money back. So, yes, and a long story, yes, they can be expensive. And then on the other hand, if you really are patient and take your time, they can be pretty cheap.
And sometimes swarm catching can be different depending on the year, because we didn't catch nearly as many last year.
No, we didn't catch nothing last year. Only thing I caught is swarms out of my bees that come out and landed in a tree. And I go watch them. During swarm season, I'll really watch them. All right, if somebody, let's see, about building a beehive. See, that's another thing. I'll do a video on that. In that humongous buy that I got. Are you watching this? There's a Baker Creek question.
Okay.
In that humongous buy I got, the guy had, I'm going to say, probably 25 to 30 deeps unassembled that was already cut. All we got to do is put because you know the way they cut them, they lock together. That's all we got to do is lock them together, glue them, and nail them, and we're done. So,
When is swarm season?
when is swarm season? I'm late, but I always try to have my swarm traps out March 1st. I have caught bees on March 1st before. So it probably going to be later this year. It's been as cold as it's been and still is, but I need to get on the ball and get my swarm traps set up because I'm way behind. But we are very, very busy right now. I've still got 5,000 foot of water line to put in too. You'd love to see me do a video on building, just putting a box together. I'll do that. That's easy. I actually got one I put together last week for somebody. I'm going to gift it to somebody. I love giving gifts.
Can you do a video on setting up your swarm trap?
I can. I've got one out there. Granted, it is an old video when we first started, so camera work's not very good. I'm awkward pretty much just like I always am. But I will do another one. That is no problem.
Is there a distance to put your beehives from your garden?
There's two answers there. A bee will fly up to, a bee will fly up to 7 miles to get food. But I would always suggest if you have bees, your personal bees, to keep them within, I would say, 300 to 400 yards of your garden, just because you'll get a lot more traffic that way. I have moved them since the shindig is coming up. Where the bees were is where the shindig's going to happen, so I thought, I better move them. Don't want people to get stung, so I moved them over here by our goat pen, which will be right by the garden. Andrea's concern with that is running a tiller. Will she get nailed? Maybe.
The swelling will go down.
Huh?
The swelling will go down.
Lane's got stung in the eye when they. I'm gonna tell you, if you have bees and you have a swimming pool, you will be digging bees out of your swimming pool.
They love to drink out of it. It got my goggles, and I put the goggles on. It stuck me in the eye. It hurt.
What's your favorite thing to do on the farm?
Oh, that'd be awful.
Oh, I know what my favorite thing to do on the farm
They're
is.
allergic to honey.
Huh?
Honey?
Honey or honey bees?
All bees and honey.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. What's my favorite thing to do on the farm is my favorite thing to do anywhere is eat. But I like messing with my bees. Now, I don't. It does get old messing with, let's see, it was 2 years ago. I had like 15 hives, something like that. July, August, going through beehives, that many beehives in a jacket, suited up, gloves. It's hot, so I like messing with bees, but when it gets hot, I don't like doing that.
Someone said amen to eating.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, how much maintenance is involved with bees? You can do it as much as you want or as little as you want. When I first started, I was in them every week, and I will go as far to tell you I don't think it's wise to go in them every week, because to me, you're more likely a possibility to smush your queen, things like that.
That's a good idea. They keep a bird bath by their pool. Give them a safer option.
Yeah, especially if you put sugar water in it. So I went from doing it every week. I went to doing it depending on the season. Now, early season, yeah, you better be in them quite often, or just expect that they're going to swarm. And when they swarm, you better make sure that within 21 days you've got a queen that's laying. But I know people that put bees out there and just say, let Mother Nature take its course. I've got bees and they'll do their thing. That's not wise either, because 90% of the time, or probably more, you're going to lose your bees.
They said moths killed our bees. Any ideas to prevent that?
Too much space. In my opinion, you've got too much space for your bees to guard. Either, I don't know what you had them in, if you had them in a single deep, if you had them in a top bar hive, there's all different things. But if you do not keep enough bees to guard that beehive, if you put it, I don't know how to explain it, and there's no number, there's no magic number, but if you don't put enough bees into guard, say you're running a deep and a super, but you should only be running a deep because that's not even full. You've got too much room, so your bees are having to guard too much space. So wax moths will take over, or hive beetles. There's Miss Andrea. Let's see.
Someone said, how are the quail doing?
I don't know. I don't feed them. Who feeds them?
Me.
How are they doing?
They're doing good, but they haven't started laying any eggs yet.
They started just for a minute and then they quit.
Yeah, they laid about 5 eggs and then they stopped again.
Would you leave the country for a home in the city and a couple $1,000,000?
Nope.
No.
Nope. 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 Ain't no way. Would you? Couple million? How far will a bee travel while working? That's what I've read. They will travel up to 7 miles, but a beehive cannot sustain itself that far. Most bees, I hear 2 to 3 miles is no problem. What's crazy is how they will orientate themselves when you move them. How they'll orientate themselves to be able to come back to the beehive.
You can sit on this chair.
When I move to the bed. We'll share a chair.
There she is.
I might not can read that far away though.
What do you?
Are we right here?
Yeah.
What do you feed? What are y'all feeding the quail? Game bird crumble?
Yeah.
Yep. Game bird crumble is what we're feeding them. We feed them that from what? Baby chick size to all the way up.
Everyone
Did
say
you
hi
grow?
to you.
Hello.
Do you have a specific flower for your bees?
Buckwheat, which I was just the bane of my existence last year in my garden.
I like buckwheat. And when I go to Baker Creek, they've got some pretty pink and red buckwheat. I will be buying some of that. But you can go to a farm store and just buy. I bought a 50-pound bag of buckwheat seed, which was about $50, and it will plant. It'll be thick if you plant 50 pounds in an acre. But early morning, you go out there, millions and millions of bees are all over the buckwheat. Buckwheat produces nectar in the morning, is what I was told. I hadn't done the research on that to back that up, but it makes some amazing honey. So when they're out there first thing and early in the morning after they wake up,
What is your favorite book?
I know you're talking about. Yeah, you got to be
I
talking
want
to
to
her.
know your favorite book.
A picture
The
book.
Bible.
It has to be the Bible because that's the only one I read.
He hates reading, which just breaks my heart.
She loves reading.
I love
Hey,
reading.
let's see if we can get a little light back here on y'all's face.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
That's really bright.
Is that necessary?
There. They couldn't see your pretty face.
They might not want to.
We've been outside in the cold rain all day and I
Getting
think we're a little
muddy.
windburnt.
Yeah.
All right, have y'all? I see the question or the statement on there. Pass out if I walked outside, the bees everywhere. Have you seen people when you catch a swarm, you can stick your hand up inside the swarm ball, and bees will be all over your hand, and you will not get stung. Now, if you squeeze, yeah, you're gonna get
But
stung.
normal people don't do that.
Or another thing on our intro video, have you seen all the bees coming to? That's after we harvested honey. I'll set all the honey supers out, and they will. After you harvest, there's always still a lot of residue honey after it's slung all over the frames. They'll come and clean them out. So
Horticulture Geek, yes, we do register our bees just because there's been a couple times we've needed them,
Yep.
and at the first time we called them, we didn't have them registered, and then
I got that one.
so at that point they said you need to register, and so we did. There was nothing to it. I do think they come out and kind of look at your bees, but there really wasn't anything to it.
and the state bee inspector does watch this YouTube channel.
So don't be talking bad about him.
I actually tried to get him to come out and do a bunch of Q&A at the shindig, but he will be doing splits at that time. And I asked, but I'm gonna see if I can get somebody that will come and answer questions.
Whitney Gibson, do you is it rising at all? Is it bubbling at all? Because bubbles are a really good thing. I wouldn't say mine necessarily doubles, but it has a lot of bubbles. So if it's not bubbling at all, it might be dead. But if you're getting bubbles and you smell the good yeasty smell, they say all things that are like souring or fermenting should smell like yeasty, but like a clean smell, not like a rotten, putrid smell, I guess you'd say. Very few bubbles, but not rising. If it's getting some bubbles, it's doing something, so I probably wouldn't chunk it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's difficult to get a sourdough starter going in the winter because they like a little bit of warmth. So we're not too far from spring, so I'd probably keep babying it if it was me. Or you can chunk it and start over in the spring.
Somebody said other little bee tags to show that the bees are yours. I say just kidding. Actually, I do mark my queens though.
We were told though by it might have been by the bee inspector, I don't know, but if you're paying more money to get organic honey, you're getting ripped off because they can't guarantee any honey's organic because you can't control what a bee goes and feeds on. I'd never thought about that, but
Nope.
You can't keep a bee like in a fence. So,
Nope.
Go for local, do your best. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
but
there is no such thing as organic honey, not at all. There's no possible way.
I don't know if y'all have ever lived in a different state.
Hmm?
No.
Have you ever lived in a different state?
Nope. Always been in Arkansas.
I've only actually lived in
In
two
what?
places with my parents and then here.
Always lived in the same county.
Yeah.
What's crazy is right where we're sitting is where my house was when I was born to first grade. And then our house burnt to the ground and we moved across the highway.
Is it true honey will last forever?
I don't know. It'll turn to sugar for sure, but.
And I don't know. I've never taken honey in the comb and just cut it out of the comb and put it up to see. I know once you sling it out, I don't know if that's getting the air in there and the humidity. Because when a bee caps off, when they cap off their honey, they know themselves that the humidity level, moisture level is correct in that honey. If you harvest honey that is not capped, it will ferment.
Bobblehead Homestead, any calves coming?
We had one born yesterday. That was our first one of this year. It's fat and sassy. Hopefully a lot more on the way. And we've got a really huge cow announcement coming this next week.
You just did it.
I just said cow announcement.
That's a little teaser. Teaser.
And I saw was his egg post on Instagram today?
I think so. Yeah.
I was so jealous. So jealous.
They found
Blue, green, brown eggs. Oh.
They found crystallized honey in King Tut's tomb.
Oh wow.
Now, see, that's the problem. Is it crystallizes after about a year. It'll start turning to sugar on the very bottom, and I'm still doing the YouTube research. I'm not doing the book research about turning that into whipped honey. I know you want crystallized. I know they say you want some of your honey crystallized to whip it. So I want to try that. I just haven't.
Wow. 180 degrees from average, 75-25. Cool.
That's pretty good odds. I would take that bet.
No.
They really
I'm
hurt.
fixing to take my hands and send
There you go, Andrea. What is it? You bought that before, the Manuka honey?
Now, Manuka honey I'd say that's different. I don't know. I did buy organic Manuka honey because it's used for like drawing out staph infection. It's really awesome. It will work. My preacher's wife is really into like herbs and natural things and all kinds of stuff like that. And she told me about it. I was really skeptical, but I bought some and I've put it on several. If you have a sore that you're trying to draw something out of, it will draw it right out. Put a little bit on there and just go to bed or whatever. This is gross, but it will draw it out.
I did it before.
And Manuka honey is unique because the way I understand it, it's from like New Zealand, and the Manuka is what the bees are feeding on, and so that's why it's called Manuka honey. So I don't know.
Hey, Ethan, I'm assuming that's you on the chat there. How far of a trip would it be, or was it when y'all came down here the last time? And then in that same question, Natalie from Hey It's a Good Life, how long is your trip going to be? Who do you think's farther?
Allison.
Allison. What was she?
Can either one of y'all beat like 23
hours.
something hours?
Allison
Now,
is driving.
Natalie maybe.
Yeah, Natalie's
She's
flying though.
clear across the country.
13 hours. Yeah. Allison is driving 23 hours.
From Long Island.
Long Island, New York.
Yeah, but if Natalie was driving, I don't know. She's all the way across the country.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder how long of a drive that would be if you did drive it. I know I would. Ain't no way I would.
Yes, Manuka honey's very expensive,
Yeah.
but
So
it lasts forever. It's not something we eat. It's something we use topically.
Unless you pick it, unless you go to Georgia, whoo, that'd be a big round trip. Yeah, Kara, we still got your book. So you're not far. Don't poke the bear. 12 hours. I'm buffering. I hope y'all are buffering, not me. Because it's raining hard.
Yeah, we went from freezing weather to possible tornadoes tomorrow, but that's Arkansas.
It was like we do.
Emily's like, I haven't heard this.
You see, Jeff is telling Natalie once she gets here she may not want to leave, and then you can find your true homestead. just forget San Diego and come to Arkansas.
It would take 26 hours.
20.
Yeah, I figured it was quite a way.
I'll fly too. Yeah. Yeah, when we go out to Colorado, we drove it straight. A lot of times we'll take that in 2 days. Well, we drove one night, was it 17 hours to get? We left Colorado and drove straight back home, 17 hours.
It was miserable
But you was glad to get
by
home.
the end.
I think we got home at like 1 or 2 a.m.
How do you know you was asleep?
No, I wasn't. I was awake the whole time.
Who was it?
Lane was asleep.
Lane was asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 seasons in 1 day. That's about right.
No. Arkansas, truly.
Oh, good. Natalie said they've got some good news.
All right, new vid coming.
I love the video with your husband in it. He was hilarious to me. Just you two together. You were talking and he was just like intently watching what you said, like, I thought that's how Ben looks at me half the time. Y'all think I'm really knowledgeable and like I have a lot of good things to say, and Ben will preview my video and he's like, that was kind of boring.
I was just watching one today.
And then y'all are so nice and like encouraging to me, and I'm like, see, people like me.
Yeah.
Did you watch the one with her husband?
Yeah. Yeah.
I really got a kick out of it. And I left a comment, but she was really bundled up, and he was wearing flip flops.
So
I thought that's so us too.
So the way it looks, everybody on here that's typing in blue is coming. Ethan is 75-25. That's 180 degrees. So we need to get him on up there to 90-10.
Yes, Horticulture Geek has started an arc. He's going to swing by and get us.
Good.
That sounds great.
You
We've
sh-
probably got a lot of the animals to go on it. So.
We might have more than 2. For a
Yeah. Yeah, we'll probably
See,
need
they're
to put more.
saying that they really like me.
Well, I love you.
Well, they haven't met you in person yet.
The thing about it is, she'll do a video, and I'll sit there and watch it to review it to make sure everything looks pretty good. But I already know most of the information, so sitting there watching her telling me things that I already know, that gets boring.
Or like
And
the
then
homeschool
Lane's already
curriculum.
done it because, the homeschool curriculum, there was no way I
That
could
was
watch
one of our most watched videos, and it was so boring. It
She
was awful.
even said it was boring.
But I knew it was stuff that if you're a homeschool mom, you know what I'm saying. But there's stuff you want to know about a curriculum before you spend money to buy it. And I was trying to put that out, and all of them were like crying by then, like, please can we stop watching it? But I do the same thing. Like when Ben does a video and I watch it, I critique him too.
That's what we're for. We got to critique each other.
I'll say that was awful. Your camera work was awful.
It's
And
always
she tells me I'm awkward, so.
No, I do not.
It's always the videos that we think are awful, though, that are the most watched ones.
Yeah.
Dawn says you're her friend, you just don't know it.
That's awesome.
She likes friends.
Mm-hmm.
So as we start, as I said when we started the video, if you've got questions for Baker Creek, whether it be the owner, the garden manager, the greenhouse manager, or something like that, type them in here. But when you type it in there, put Baker Creek question or Baker Creek, and then put your question out there, so that way we know it's a question for them. And Emily is supposed to be back there.
See you, Karen.
What
Making-
size pots did you use for the swim traps?
Ooh, you put me on the spot there.
Big ones.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
want to
split?
say, excuse me. I want to say that 16 or 18. I will look. Who asked that? Where's that at?
Clueless homesteaders.
Clueless asked.
Yeah.
I will find out and I will let you know.
They're really big.
I think I know I've gotten 2 different ones. I got them from Greenhouse Mega Store. I will tell you that. They come in. I bought a whole case of them. So, and then went to Lowe's and bought the water sealant and the little sprayer and sprayed it on all of them that way, because they've been sitting outside all year this year and they're not falling apart, but they are biodegradable flower pots.
So are you gonna have
Jennifer, we've had that question asked before on the A2 whatever. Andrea done a little research on that, but we don't have our cows tested, so I don't remember what you ended up saying. Just kind of like my own.
So you're gonna have beaver burgers if they come out?
Hmm?
If 180 degrees comes out, are you gonna have beaver burgers?
That every daycare wants one too.
We'll see.
There's a lot of people wanting beaver burger. I'm not going to tell you no, but I will try to figure out how.
Don't commit to something you can't do.
There you go.
Yeah, I've actually had people ask me about the A2 thing. That's gotten more popular lately, it seems like. I'd never heard of it until I heard the roads talking about it, but our dairy herd is kind of a motley crew. We've thrown them together from several different dairies, and just some cows really that I thought, oh, they'd be a good one, and we just trained here on our farm. Most of mine that I milk had never been milked before when I started doing it. So I don't know. If you know about that and know how to go about finding out, I have had it asked to me before by customers. So I mean, I'd do it if people wanted it.
I will be honest with you, when we first started this, there ain't no way I would try it now. But I told the kids, I said, I will go trap the beavers and help you skin them or whatever. And then we was going to throw them on the smoker, and I was going to let the kids sell barbecue beaver burgers.
But now there's like 700 people coming.
Yeah, there ain't no way.
It'd have to be donations only because it's technically illegal.
Yeah, you can't sell wild game, so.
Smith Family Ranch got a dairy cow today. Oh, that's so exciting. Is that your first one ever? I remember getting our first one because y'all got to remember I wasn't raised on a farm. I was raised on a golf course.
I told her she's crazy.
And I talked him into it. A lot of these things I've talked him into. And
I grew up dairy.
He said, you don't want one. No. And I said, I really do. And we bought it, and I milked it a couple times, and I remember thinking, what have I done? I really don't want one. But after I did it a few times, I'm hooked on it. I couldn't get rid of my dairy cows now.
Open Gates Farmstead, you're talking about all that right up there? Whatever. That come from right back behind the house. The only thing that didn't come from behind the house was the one straight up above. It come from Colorado, and it's a muley. And no, we have not gotten to go on the hog hunt. We will. That's his Christmas present.
It'll just be next Christmas before I get it.
Smith Family Ranch, where are y'all out of?
Oh, man.
What state?
It's their first one, but was raised on a dairy farm as a kid. So
Yep.
You've been around this.
Are you going to hand milk, or are you going to get a machine milker?
Little Creek said they'll take one home. I've got some sometimes that I'd send home with somebody. Mine have got some personalities.
What's funny, the only reason she ended up wanting to do a milk cow was because we had some pigs one time, and the lady told me that was coming to get one of the piglets, said that she was going to feed the piglet that she was raising up, her extra raw milk. And I said, you've got raw milk. So I asked, just like Andrea says I always do, I asked if in this trade deal she would bring me a gallon of raw milk. They had never had it before. Like I said, I grew up on it. Every week we would get fresh milk right out of the tank. But when they had it, I think that set the hook, and she wanted to get her first milk cow. And it's just went crazy ever since.
I have 5 in milk at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I do it, I do not milk. I have to admit this to y'all because I know y'all are thinking, you poor thing, you're milking morning and night. I don't, so don't feel sorry for me. I milk a few times a week in the mornings. I take the calves off at night and put them up. They get fed and pampered and a nice place to stay. And then I milk the moms while the calves are taken off of them. All my calves on my cows right now are old. They really should be weaned off. It's ridiculous that they're even still nursing. So they've got it really good. I get the milk part of the week and they get it part of the week. So when I don't want to milk, the calves just stay on them. I have a certain amount of customers that buy from me every week. I don't really milk extra and just sell a gallon here and there. I have just certain customers.
You got a set schedule that you milk.
Set schedule. And then that helps. Honestly, that buys our feed for our whole farm.
Yep.
For my milking. It's like a little part-time gig for me.
And you've got a waiting list of how many people on it?
Several.
We have people quite often come ask her about buying milk, and we started having to put people on a waiting list because she was trying to get everybody milk, but then she starts overbooking herself.
Well, and I was trying to just sell it like no commitment whatsoever, just sell it here and there, but I never knew how much to milk, and so I went to like if you're thinking of doing this, the only way to go, in my opinion, and you can't spoil people from the get-go with how you let them do. Like, if you want them to make a commitment, you just got to be upfront with them and say, look, the only way this is going to work for me and you is I'm going to need to know how much you need every week, and you're going to need to pay like the beginning of the month and then pick it up all month. Because if people pay for it, they have a commitment in it and they'll come get it. And if they don't, they might not. So that's how I advise you.
April, yes, we have jerseys. Do you raise the calves up to sell them or for meat? All right, there's two options there. We do, on the jerseys, we do raise them up to eat, and we raise more up for other people. We have started selling a select number of beefs, either half beef or whole beef. I like to use our Angus bull on our Jersey cows, and then you get a cross Jersey Angus to either make a really good mama cow out with the beef herd or more beefy to butcher.
But the Angus Jersey Cross does tend to have a little crazy streak in the steers. They want to headbutt you, and I don't like them. But they do make really good hamburgers.
Lots of places it's illegal to sell raw milk.
Yeah.
It used to be here, but until a few years ago, but it's legal now. The laws are it has to be picked up at the farm.
Yep.
And you can only sell a certain amount each month, which is way more than what I sell. But
there's also ways around that. We know people that before it was legal, they would say like, all right,
they would sell herd shares.
Yeah, herd share. You buy part of my cow, I'll give you some milk. I'll do the milking for you. How much milk does each cow give you? That can depend on the cow.
Yeah.
That can depend on how much you feed it. That can depend on the time of year it is.
I don't feed mine very heavy. They mainly eat hay and grass,
and they're in a routine.
Yeah, mine are in a routine, but they do get feed while they are being milked. They're happy and they'll stand there, and so. But on an average day, I probably get 7 gallons from 5 cows. That's not really that outrageously good. I could pump feed to them and get a whole lot more, but I just don't.
That one up there at the very top. It says, I remember my grandparents turning off the agitators so we could have cream. I thought that said alligators. They turned off alligators in their milk tank.
How many of y'all have ever made, oops, wrong way. How many of y'all have ever made fresh butter out of raw milk?
A lot of them. But one thing I was going to say, this is just a little tip on the jerseys. They have a lot of bulls. At least they do for us. We want heifers because that's our future milk herd, but they seem to have a lot of bulls. they bring hardly anything at the sale barn. Like,
And they pretty much give them away.
very, very, very cheap.
So you might as
So
well
if
keep
you
them.
can find a little market to also sell beef, grass-fed, fed out, whatever your customers are looking for, you will make 3 or 4 times the money to do that, to get them ready. Now, to sell a grass-fed beef, those of you who've done it know, but you've got to work at that to make sure they've got plenty of grass, because it takes a steer a while to grow out on just grass.
And that's Pure Hearts. I see your question of, do you have a half of a beef for sale now? No, we do not. All of the beef is spoken for 2019. We do have, as of right now, we do have some available. Will be available in 2020.
Probably fall.
Probably fall of 2020. But we would have to know up front, because our pigs and our beefs, they usually sell out, get spoken for pretty quick. Kind of bright on you.
I'm blind as it is.
We're really jealous of Ethan's
Yeah.
Studio lighting.
I wish y'all could see our studio lighting. It's my sewing light. That's one of those old, like, metal lights that's so bright you can't look at it. And Ben's got it like shined at our face. It's really technical.
Don't all of y'all want to see her beautiful face?
Not that bright. Any tips on finding customers for your beef or pigs? I'm going to tell you, hands down, my best customers are homeschool families, because they tend to be more into natural things. I don't know why. They just are. And that's where we found a lot of our customers, isn't it?
It's because they have so many kids, the grocery store can't support them.
Oh, wow. You're a homeschool kid.
Yeah, you're talking about yourself.
All right, never had raw milk. How would you compare it to store-bought milk? It'd be like, I'll call store-bought
Okay,
milk
I
watered
know.
down.
Because I hadn't had it until as an adult, but it's like drinking ice cream, but it's not sweet. But the first time I was like, this is so rich and just, it's like dessert.
It's so good.
It's so good.
No, we have not milked our sheep.
No. But there is a farm about 30 minutes from here. They milk sheep.
These out here aren't dairy sheep, though.
No. Are you at the bottom?
No, I was scrolling up because I missed a few. Whoop. I can't scroll, and then all of a sudden it just goes to the very end. Homeschoolers are the best. I used to think there's a bunch of nerds, but no, homeschoolers are cool.
He wouldn't let our kids go back to school now, and
I don't tell them that. That's always been a threat.
Yeah, that's their threat to us if we're fighting.
I'm gonna be honest. I've actually fake called the school before and said, yes,
I cried.
Get a seat ready for Lane and Emily because they will be there tomorrow.
You're gonna buy a heifer. Now, is that a milk cow or a beef cow, Ethan?
Kira, you should do it. It's awesome. For so many reasons. And I'd love to talk to you about it sometime if you want to talk about it. And someone asked, have you noticed raw milk affecting your blood cholesterol? Honestly, no. And my mom had a heart attack when I was in middle school. Crazy high cholesterol. And she's one of those people, she can just eat lettuce and still have high cholesterol. So she truly has high cholesterol and has been on medicine for years, ever since her heart attack. She's never had another problem, but she did the whole low fat, fat free everything for years. That's how I grew up after that. That's why I can't stand the stuff now. But they get milk from us now and have for years. And her cholesterol's never been better. I'm not gonna say it's the milk, but I'm just saying that is the milk they use. And they, as we started raising stuff, they started getting stuff from us. They get all their meat and eggs and milk from us. She was told at the beginning only eat like 1 or 2 eggs a week. A week. That's all we ate. The rest of the time we ate like egg beaters.
Pure
it was
Heart.
awful.
Pure Heart sent us an email on that. Let's see. I seen one up here that I was wanting to answer. There it is. Stacy, getting 100 meat birds. First question: have y'all done it before?
Probably so.
I would say so. If you're getting 100, I'm gonna
Yeah.
bet that you've probably done it. I would like to know what kind of chicken tractor you're using.
Good time hauler. I would say just start. And first off, how old are your kids? If your kids are young, my best advice is just have fun and enjoy it, because I stressed too much when they were little, and now they're really in high school and we really have things we have to do. And I think, man, if we could go back to those younger years, I'd just have a lot of fun.
April, keep using that thread as long as you can.
Yeah. We may be back to it next week. Who knows? Maybe calling the high school and saying, get them some paperwork ready.
Help on that chemistry. Get you a real chemistry teacher.
Oh, that's cool.
Joe Salatin, that's what we got.
Ethan said him and Sarah were both homeschoolers. So you called them weird.
I said I thought homeschoolers were everywhere, but
you should apologize. Go
Well,
big or go home. That is our favorite saying.
Yep.
We say that all the time. If we're doing something, we are going all out. It's like, if we can do one, we could do 6,000, don't you think?
Like the thing with the Colorado on the way home, we drove 17 hours.
Have I started any more seedlings?
I'm only
Yes.
halfway in the screen, they said.
No.
I get confused with the screens which way to move.
There. Okay, you're in.
I'm out now.
We're sitting in these really big, comfy computer chairs. That's why.
Wrong way in. There we go.
And
Yeah.
Andy's, all 3 of my
Backwards,
kids are
isn't it?
graduated from homeschool now. Aw.
I seen one up there I was wanting to answer. The seeds. Yes. I've got cabbage. I don't know. They're about an inch tall. I just put some pepper seeds in. And probably next week I'll start the tomatoes. Have everything ready for April.
Kira went to public school in Little Rock. Wow. Yeah, I bet that was a trip. I was in public school at Searcy. It was pretty big. Ben graduated with maybe like, what, 20 people? 40? I don't know. What?
32.
32. And I graduated with 220 something.
32 graduating class.
I was actually number 19 out of 227, I think. What were you?
Number what?
Number what?
Number 32, probably. Where was that? Oh, it was the deer stand.
And now Lane is number 1 in 10th grade, and Emily's number 1 in 8th grade.
No, we have not done an update on the deer stand because we haven't been back there.
No. We'd get stuck if we went.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it has rained so much. I did go back there one time trying to hunt, but...
How many tomato plants do you typically plant each year for your family?
75.
Yeah, at least 75.
But that's for our family of 4.
And my mom and dad.
And her mom and dad.
And they're crazy, crazy canners.
So are you.
Yeah.
You're a crazy canner, lady. You take just after your daddy.
I know it. Deer season doesn't come in again. It's still in right now, actually, for bow season for maybe a week. I don't know. The end of February. Usually. It'll come back again, I think, September.
The very end of September, 1st October is when it comes back in. And we like to get 4 you would be happy with.
What?
4 deer. We got them 2 this year. But.
Okay. Kids, look away.
Thank you too, family.
Did it go away?
Yeah.
I'm looking at comments on here.
Yeah, probably quit looking at them, Emily.
See you, Patrice.
Now, how do you get rid of something like that? No, that's our
Just
first one.
ignore it.
No. I don't ignore.
Two families taking care of it.
I know, but two family, is it? Can I delete them?
I think it's best not to give them attention.
Hmm.
I think it's best not to give them attention. Just ignore it.
It's robot.
Okay, well.
There we go. Delete.
They are. Okay, thank you, Natalie.
First time I've seen that. Kind of caught me off guard there.
Yeah, me too.
Do they keep doing it?
No, I think Natalie took care of it.
What's your favorite kind of bee?
Honey. Honey bee. But I don't like sweat bees, but I'll tell you what, they are one of the most beneficial bees out there. They are actually, I think, more beneficial than honeybees.
What's your second favorite bee?
Honeybee.
We have to ration honey around here.
I would eat it every single day. I just turn it up. She don't keep it in a squeeze bottle anymore because I would turn it up and squeeze some.
Well, it's 9:17.
Yep.
We should probably
One
wrap
more
this
chance.
up. We don't have honey for sale right now, but hopefully.
Was it any good, Ethan? Was that honey any good at all?
Someone asked earlier how many tomato plants we
You're
plant.
fishing.
Cheesecake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the flow hives?
Yes, I have. I personally don't believe in them, but because I do like to. When you go into your beehive, you're wanting to, like I said earlier, you're wanting to check and make sure all your frames are capped. The way I see that, I hadn't done a bunch of research on it, but the way I understand it, that frame is designed so you don't have to go in there to bother your bees, they say. But how you gonna know how many's capped? I don't know. I do know that they're crazy expensive.
There's Margie.
Hey, Margie.
Yeah, we'll have honey, but not by April.
No, I don't think so. Did he answer?
He said it's good. They've hid it from the kids.
We have to do that sometimes with them. What I was going to ask, hey, you don't hide it from me.
Horticulture Geek said bumblebees are also better pollinators than honeybees. That's true.
They are, but I don't like them because they hurt when they sting you. A honeybee, they don't hurt that bad. What I was going to say, if you just got on here.
And Linda, it's on the way. Sorry, go ahead.
If you have a question for us that you want us to ask either the owner, garden manager, greenhouse manager, or something like that at Baker Creek, type it in the comments there, but at first say Baker Creek and then type your question. Lane's been writing them down all day, and hopefully we can get those answered.
Baker Creek is actually where I got a lot of my stainless steel stuff I have.
That's what we have to watch her on.
The money she spends there.
Yeah. Looking at these computers, you're backwards. So if I move to the left, I actually move to the right.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
So I'm trying to get everybody's face in here.
Is there a house you can set up for mason bees so they don't bore into our porch?
Yes, I seen one at TSC the other day. Rooting for life. Okay, this is the first time I've seen that question. So
what
seeds send out? Sorry, trying to be patient.
Did you email us an address? It seems like you might have just this last week. You might let me know. Were you one of the ones I just sent some to this last week? Because I sent a whole. smaller than last time, but quite a few this week to people.
And then also just if you're asking a question, if you're new to these and you ask a question, if you'll type it all in capital letters, that way we can see it and we'll catch it easier. A lot of times somebody is saying hi to other people on here and they just type app and then their channel name in regular letters. They'll see it, but if you'll type your questions to us in caps, it'll catch our eye a little better.
Rooting for Life. I don't know by your YouTube name. I don't know your real name, but that's ringing a bell. And if you emailed me an address, I sent all those out a few days ago, so I hope you get it any day.
You will, and then also we've gotten people that's just now getting their seeds in the last few days from the big shipment. So I'm going to say it could take, with that shipping on some of them, it's taking almost 2 weeks.
Someone on Instagram got theirs like yesterday, I'm pretty sure.
Right, that might have been one of the ones I sent out this last time.
I think
I
it was from the first
don't
one.
know. We do still have some seeds, Good Time Holler, so I don't mind to send them if you just
Shoot us an
email
email.
me your name and address. Some people forget to put their name, and it'd probably look funny if I put Good Time Holler in your address.
And then
Maybe not.
if possible, it would help us out if you could send a little donation to our PayPal link. I don't know if any of the mods have that handy, but we do got a PayPal link for seed shipments. If not, don't worry about it. We can
don't
cover
worry
it.
about it if not. The seeds are only like $1.
I thought it was $2 for that
50.
package. But like I said, if you can, good. If not, that's fine. We had some anonymous donations to it to help bless y'all, to help us out. So yeah, $1.50, $2, whatever.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Someone asked about fruit trees. If we raise
Fruit trees, yes, we do got plum trees. We got several plum trees. Got apple trees. And then we've got some fairly new peach trees. We just got gifted some fig trees this year. I was so happy.
Yes. Margie sent us some fig trees.
I was smiling from ear to ear.
Yes.
They're in the greenhouse. I've repotted them. And
he was so excited.
I am.
And she sent us a lemongrass. I'm pretty excited about that.
Have you watered it lately?
No, have you?
You're terrible at watering.
You did. You always do that
I
stuff.
have to take care of the plants.
Yeah.
But she does feed me, so I will water her plants.
Yes.
Do we have any berries? Yes, we got elderberries, blackberries, blueberries.
Our favorite is probably blueberries, I'd say. But the blackberries do awesome here.
I just don't like all the seeds. But did you see that video that Sarah did the other day with that little thing that took her seeds out?
Oh, we need those.
I had a raspberry vine, but it died. I didn't water it.
We do strawberries, so.
Sometimes do strawberries.
Yeah, I've tried strawberries, but strawberries are difficult here because we have so much grass that'll just overtake
especially
strawberries.
That stupid nut grass. Blueberries. I wish we had about 20 more blueberry plants.
Do we have a local place?
What?
For seeds, we just order from Baker Creek.
100%.
Horticulture Geek asked if we've been by Ozark Country Market. I love that place. He has to keep me out of there, really, but I haven't seen any stuff out yet. And I was in Heber this last week, and I didn't really see much of anything.
I have to stay away from there because they've got chocolate-covered caramels in there. What?
It's so good.
They're delish. But they charge by the pound on them. Any nut trees? We've got a couple of pecan trees, but they're actually over in one of our cow pastures, and we don't ever fertilize them or anything like that. We've never really harvested anything off them.
Denise says we can come to Brisbane, Australia. That sounds awesome.
I would love to.
Oh, Laurie. Yes, you need to go
Yeah.
to bed. Ben is a nut.
Yep.
Yes. I love Ozark Country Market. If you're ever in Heber Springs, you better check out Ozark Country Market and the Jitterbug Coffee House. Those are
So everybody
must stops.
Everybody that's coming to the shindig that will be staying at Heber.
Yes, go to the Jitterbug and then come on up the mountain and go to Ozark Country Market. Please include zone suggestions for seeds for specific zones. That's for Baker Creek.
You said 5.
Hmm.
Okay.
My wild blackberries are always bitter.
We have gotten, 6 or 7 thornless blackberries, and there's no comparison. One blackberry off of tame thornless is about that long and about as big around as a quarter, compared to going and harvesting the wild blackberries and the finch rows that you get eat up with, get chiggers, and then also maybe get something the size of a little bitty marble.
We've done it, but
Where is
they're
that?
just not as big. Ozark Country Market is on the top of what we call Heber Mountain. So if you're coming into Heber, like on Highway 5, like from
5/25.
Rosebud, from Little Rock, the way you come into Heber, it's right there on top of the mountain before you head down towards the lake. It's just a little market / health food store. They sell plants and seeds and local things. It's just neat.
Sorry. Let me hit that. Yeah, I hate chiggers. Chiggers come from the devil. I hate chiggers.
Ticks and mosquitoes. We got those too.
I've got several cuttings of my blackberries. I say cuttings. It's where I let them bend over and they started rooting themselves back in the ground. I dug them up last fall and put them in potting soil, and hopefully to make some new thornless blackberries. And then also, when we were spreading some of our free mulch out the other day, I seen a lot of little shoots of the elderberry plants. So I'm going to try to get them rooted and growing, because I know there was some people asking for elderberry starts for the shindig.
Somebody said, do we have many chiggers here? The best way to get them is go pick wild blackberries,
Yep.
and you're just about assured to get them.
Baker Creek question line.
Where?
Will they be getting any microgreens added to their stock or inventory? That's a good question.
Good coat. Right there, brown coat.
What about no-see-ums? Little flies you can't see until they swarm you and start biting you. Yes, we have those.
Yep. I don't like them either, but I hate a chigger. Because it seems like I get bit by a chigger, I'm going to be scratching for 2 weeks. Now you got me kind of itching. Quit, Emily.
Thank you, Sharon. She said we're a sweet family. Emily is my mini-me, and Lane looks a lot like me, but a lot of you too. Here's the funny part. Emily looks just like me. Like,
We get asked if we're sisters.
we get asked if we're sisters all the time, which is such a compliment to me. But she acts just like Ben. She has been made over.
In certain areas.
A lot
Like
of
you
areas.
ask her to go outside right now, there's no way she's going outside.
In the dark,
Right, now that's
no.
from me.
But then also, like this afternoon, they were working on a project. She come through an area that was way too muddy for her to be walking through.
Emily, not me.
Yeah, Emily got stuck. Made her mama mad because she's out there getting stuck.
Well, she's stuck.
Well, she's like, get away from the bull.
Well, she's stuck
And I
in the
thought I was in
pen.
trouble.
The cows are in, and the bull's in there, and she's stuck in the mud. Her boots are sucked down in the mud, and I'm starting to panic. Like,
So she gets out.
she
Then
gets
she
unstuck.
turns around and goes right back the same way. And then she about flips her lid.
And then I started crying because that scared me.
Yeah.
Where
Our email address is vwff@yahoo.com. It's in our about page and our descriptions of our videos and stuff, but that's what it is. But then Lane and I act just alike. Like we're so much alike that sometimes we butt heads.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I am freaking out a little bit about how big the shindig's getting, honestly. I was talking to our friends the other night about it, and I said,
She just rather
I'm
cancel it.
really starting to freak out. And they said, maybe you need some medication. I said, maybe I do.
Just get her some of that herbal tea.
See you, Natalie.
Bye, Natalie. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Y'all check out the moderators. We haven't even said that all night. Horticulture Geek. Hey, it's a good life. 180 degrees from average. I'm probably forgetting some of you.
yeah.
So say something.
Two
family. Say something, moderators, and
Roots and Refuge was on here.
let them find you.
Shindig
That
is
everyday
gonna-
Kira.
Yep. The shindig is going to be a good time. If we seem stressed that day, I'm sorry. Being the first one,
By that point, I probably won't be stressed. I'll just be like,
yeah, whatever.
yeah. I'll stress for like 2 weeks beforehand, but then when something gets here, I'm always fine.
You'll use plenty of essential oils.
Yeah.
And tea.
Lemon balm? Okay. I can do that.
Yeah.
I actually have some of that growing right now. Maybe I'll go pick me some right now.
Chamomile tea. So lemon balm and chamomile tea together. Are y'all going to put her to
Ashwagandha?
sleep?
Oh, we got that. Ashwagandha.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the leaves or the roots? I wonder. Honey tea.
Where is the info on the shindig? All right. We have done a live video on it. It's a Q&A. Roots and Refuge done a video on it.
They did a vlog like this past week.
Yep.
I think those two will answer all your questions.
Yeah.
Our live, we've only done a handful of lives. The first one was the seed giveaway, and then the next one you see is all the info on the meetup. So we tried to answer every question there was. We gave hotel recommendations, towns to stay in. So look up that live. It was just a couple weeks ago.
They said the ashwagandha stuff is powder.
Okay.
They said you stress away as perfume.
She's got that.
I do love Stress Away.
She wears it all the time.
They add it to their coffee.
If you've never tried Stress Away from Young Living, you should. That one and Peace and Calming. That's my two favorites.
Me so far, I don't think that the way that we've got it, that we've looked at doing it, we're going to be able to park the vehicles there. It depends on how many vendors we have signed up. Right now, there's not very many vendors, which that kind of surprised me. Which that's fine. I think right now I've seen maybe 10 vendors that I've got on my, I don't know which computer it's on. I think this one.
Ben is working on trying to put together a list because we've had several people ask.
And there's been several pay on the PayPal.
A list of vendors and what they're selling.
Mm-hmm.
Just people are interested in that. So we'll try to get that together soon. We actually have some cool things that are going to be sold.
Yes.
Goodbye.
See ya.
There's that.
I know where y'all are going.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Where are they going?
They are hooked on watching the Dukes of Hazzard.
And
Like-
eating ice cream.
The old episodes.
Their uncle gave them a big old collection of Dukes of Hazzard videos.
Yeah.
What? This right here. Where do you find? So Pure Hearts Homestead, you're wanting to be a vendor?
No, my sister-in-law just signed up as a vendor.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't see that other part. I have to go back. I hadn't looked at that email today. I've been hauling hay all day today.
How hot will it be? I wilt in the heat. It won't be too bad in April.
No.
April's actually really nice.
I'm more nervous about rain than I am heat.
What state do you live in? We're in Arkansas.
What we call God's country.
Yeah, a list of what people will be selling so it won't be duplicated. And I think people are just excited to know what they might be able to buy.
Yeah.
I am.
I'll tell you what, I'm more excited about seeing what Baker Creek brings.
Oh, she's doing cupcakes and T-shirts. Oh, that sounds perfect.
Yeah, I remember that one. And somebody else emailed today on wanting to bring, what was it? Their homemade bakery items. And I seen cinnamon rolls, so I was going to say, yeah, the cinnamon rolls might be part of your down payment.
Grace Homestead, yes. I don't know if you caught the live where we talked about it, or you may have already done this, so ignore me if you have. But it's a $15 vending fee, and there's a PayPal to send that to. That's really all there is to do. We're just asking that it be like homemade stuff, which I know yours is. Not just stuff you go buy at a store and are reselling, I guess. Crafts and baked items and whatever.
Hopefully have lots of plants. Different kinds of plants.
I thought about doing microgreens. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I think you should bring your cookbooks, Forgotten Way. I don't know how you do that since you're flying. What chicken breeds do y'all recommend? I just love chickens. So I have Buff Orpingtons right now just because they're a really good dual purpose. They're real meaty and heavy, so we're going to try eating some of the roosters when they hatch some.
Yeah, it depends on what you're wanting them for.
Yeah, but they're good egg layers too, but they're not the best. They have like bovine browns.
Yeah, bovine browns.
Brown bovines. People say it on their place. Sex links, cinnamon queens, call them whatever you want.
But they lay a lot bigger eggs.
And they lay like every day.
Yeah.
Kira, is anyone bringing chicks that lay blue or green eggs? I don't know what Bobblehead is bringing. Jeff at Bobblehead Homestead, he is into the Whiting True Blues and Olive Eggers and all that. So maybe he will be. I don't know.
Two Family, yes. Forgotten Way has a cookbook, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Daryl said he could bring food coloring for the eggs. Yeah. Horticulture Geek's going to sell lawn chairs and umbrellas. You'll probably make a killing. Yeah, the vendors, let's see. Grace Homestead, email me if you need anything or if I didn't realize you hadn't seen the live. So let me know any questions you have. Just, like I said, it's just $15 to the PayPal, and then bring your own table and chair. That's all I can really think of. And the vending fee is just to try to get enough together. We're going to try to rent a big, like what I call a circus tent, just to kind of hang out under and have some shelter.
It's either that or right now Baker Creek donated some money, and that's going towards porta potties. And with as many people as signing up, I'm going to make darn sure we got plenty of porta potties.
What chicken breed do you like that lays white eggs? White leghorns. That was our 4-H chickens for years, and then they switched to the browns. But they laid awesome. It's white eggs, which a lot of people don't want white farm eggs because I don't know. People think that the brown ones are better.
Jonathan, what conference and where's it at?
Farmers of America. Yes. Is it the Homesteaders of America, or is that a different one? I don't know about the Farmers of America.
Yes, porta potties are a must.
Yes.
I've been told there's several things that what people will forgive you for on your event. Porta potties is one that they will not.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Ethan, I think Two Family is staying at JFK Park with their RV.
Cynthia said, I think with all the people coming, you should have more food trucks. Ben has actually talked to Jeremiah this week.
Yep.
That was actually Ben's initial thought too, but Jeremiah's assured him that this food truck
Jeremiah.
Yes, is really capable of handling Like, I think they're going somewhere where they're feeding 2,000 people this weekend.
Well, they've got an event booked with 2,000 people scheduled to be at that event, and they said that they will not have any problem supplying food for that many. And his other question to him was a big waiting line. They said no, they won't have a problem. So we're going to go with what they say. We're going to trust them on it, and I think it'll be fine. If not, we may start throwing a bunch of beaver burgers on the grill.
You better
Just
not say
kidding.
something you can't
Just
do.
kidding. Oh, let's see. I seen one. Oh, he said.
I never know what you're going to say next.
I never know what I'm going to say next. Farmer, it is the
Homesteaders of America.
yeah, HOA.
We're planning on it.
We got some news coming out here shortly that
Might change some of our plans.
We really want to. Everybody says that's the place to be. There's several on here that's been to the HOA.
Yeah, scrambled eggs curious. For everyone.
Huh?
Scrambled eggs for everyone.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we
I guarantee you. I got a big griddle. We'll just. Anyway, everybody that's been to the HOA, I want to know about how many people was at that because it looked huge. Yeah, we're excited to get it out. Get someone to do a whole hog.
That's our income, though.
Yeah, not one of our hogs. That's about
2,000, I think, is what Ethan said. Oh.
Wow, I knew it was a bunch. I've seen a lot of the videos of.
The shindig is 9 to 5. And Daryl thought between 3,500 and 4,000.
Wow. I'm surprised how few of hotels it look like around there.
Yeah, is it kind of in the middle of nowhere, or did it just appear that way?
There was a lot of, we did see a lot of, the houses that you can rent.
Airbnbs?
Airbnbs, yes. Thank you. Had a brain fart. They were working the gate. Oh, wow.
Then it probably was that many. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I hope everybody's been taking their elderberry syrup every night.
I think we're talking about all camping now. Huh. Cool. At the HOA, I guess. We can do that. You don't want to take a camper?
I don't care. I took a camper all the way up to Yellowstone.
It almost didn't survive, but we took it.
My only thing is I don't like renting campsites on the way, and I've tried to talk her into staying. Let's just pull over at Walmart.
No, I don't like that.
You just stay in the parking lot at Walmart for free. You know me, I like free 90 free.
I don't like it.
Do vendors need to get tickets also? If you're talking on the Eventbrite link, yes, I would like everybody to register. That way we know that goes for porta potties, food trucks. That way we know about how many people are going to be there. This helps us out all the way around.
On our way to the life conference, they stayed at a rest area. Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
That deserves a fist bump.
Walmart is probably better than truck stops.
I agree. Totally agree. And if you need something, you can just run
Rest areas are so creepy to me. Oh, they're so creepy. Ethan's got to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm about
we
there
probably better wrap this up.
Scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could do a rest. Depends which one.
There's been people murdered at rest areas in Arkansas.
There's been somebody murdered right down the road too. So.
Yeah, I know it, but yeah, Walmart does have cameras.
How many have signed up for the shindig so far? It's getting close to 800. And
Parked between two semis at a rest area. Oh, Sherry. Oh, we were packing. That's good.
Oh, I pack everywhere I go. As I'm driving down the road, mine's right beside me.
What's the cutoff? Lone Star Living said, what's the cutoff?
2,000.
It is?
That's what I put on the Eventbrite log.
All right, we're going to wrap this up because I know y'all are tired and I'm pretty tired too.
How do you know they're tired?
Well, some of them said they're tired.
No. Yeah, Home Depot, that's a good thought. But Walmart's open 24/7. The supercenters, at least. No?
No.
I can't talk her into it.
No. I will go along with a lot of stuff, but I want a campsite. Yeah. All right, we're going to get off here and we will see y'all later. We got a video coming up in the morning about, it's a collaboration video.
Yep.
So we'll have that out and then our big announcement next week. And we're actually hauling pigs this weekend. And we're actually hauling one for Jess and Jeremiah over at Roots and Refuge. So Emily's gonna ride along and vlog that so y'all can see it because you never know hauling pigs how that will turn out.
I do gotta say that I'll put it in the video, but we come up with a genius idea on this one. Never been done before.
This was Ben's idea, so hopefully it's all gonna come off without a hitch. But y'all check out the moderators. 2-family homestead, that everyday Kira, 180 degrees from average. Natalie was here at Hey It's a Good Life.
Jeremiah was on here a little bit from Roots and Refuge.
If I forgot you, please say something.
Local. Horticulture Geek.
Yes, Horticulture Geek.
Sorry, another brain fart. It's getting late.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Hopefully, we can press the button in just a few seconds. It won't be like last week where it's like, where's the button? I don't see it.
We can.
So, we will see y'all later.
Thanks. Bye.
Are we still trying?